Do you know what truly happens inside your mind when you are stuck in that endless overthinking loop? What if the very thing you believe is helping you solve a problem is actually the trap keeping you paralyzed? I want to talk to you today about a silent agreement your mind makes, a deceptive little story it tells you that feels like vigilance but is actually a cage. This is what I call the problem focus lie, and understanding it is the first real step to breaking free from the mental cycles that drain your peace and steal your potential. Let us first understand the landscape of a mental loop. It is not simply worrying about a problem once or twice. A true mental loop is a repetitive cycle of the same anxious thoughts, the same fears, and the same unsolved questions playing on a continuous reel inside your head. You analyze every angle of a conversation from yesterday, you rehearse every possible disaster for tomorrow, and you feel a strange sense of trying to solve something. Yet you never actually move forward or find an answer. This process creates the sensation of being stuck, of being mentally trapped in a room with no visible door. Your mind is running at full speed, but you are going absolutely nowhere, and the emotional exhaustion from this futile effort is profound. This loop is where so many of us live, a taxing mental space that convinces us we are working on a solution while it systematically drains our energy and hope. So what is the specific mechanism that locks this loop in place? It is the problem focus lie. Here is how it works. Your brain, designed to protect you, instinctively latches onto a perceived threat or problem. It shouts, "Look at this is important, this is dangerous, do not look away." This focus feels productive, it feels like you are dealing with the issue. But that intense, unwavering spotlight on the problem itself creates a powerful illusion. The lie is this, that by staring exclusively at what is wrong, at what is scary, or at what could fail, you are somehow fixing it. You are not, you are just staring. You have mistaken obsession for action and worry for work. This fixation amplifies the problem's size and importance in your mind, casting a shadow so large it blocks out any possible exit routes or solutions you might otherwise see. The problem becomes the entire world, and you forget a fundamental truth, that solutions are always more abundant than problems. We forget that simple, profound wisdom, that solutions outnumber problems. When you are deep in a mental loop, the problem feels singular, massive, and unique. It feels like an unscalable wall. Yet for every single problem that has ever existed, there have been multiple potential solutions, multiple paths around, over, or through that wall. Your history proves this. You have solved countless problems before. But the problem focus lie makes you forget your own capability. It makes you forget that you are a problem solver by nature. This is not just about productivity or peace of mind. This forgetting, this sustained trapping of your awareness in the problem, has serious consequences. It is the fertile ground where chronic anxiety takes root, where motivation withers, and where hopelessness begins to grow. When your mental energy is consumed entirely by the problem, with no resources left to even look for solutions, you are teaching your brain a state of helplessness. That learned helplessness, over time, is a primary pathway to more significant mental health challenges. It is a slow erosion of your sense of agency, and your mind cannot stay healthy in a space where it believes no agency exists. If this conversation is resonating with you, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It truly helps the channel grow and allows us to reach more people who might be feeling just as stuck as you once did. The escape, then, is not to try and stop thinking, which is nearly impossible. The escape is to change what you are thinking about. You must consciously rewire your focus from the problem to the pathway. This begins with catching the lie in action. The next time you feel that familiar spiral starting, pause and name it. This begins with catching the lie in action. Say to yourself, I am falling into the problem focus lie right now, and I forget there are more solutions than problems again. This simple act of labeling and remembering creates critical distance between you and the thought pattern. It weakens the lie's power immediately. Then, you must deliberately redirect your brain's spotlight. Do not ask, "Why is this such a big problem?" Instead, ask a new question: what is one tiny, possible step I could take that might move me forward? The goal is not to find the perfect solution instantly. The goal is to break the hypnotic stare at the problem and force your mind to search for a point of movement, however small. This shifts your identity from someone trapped by a problem to someone actively engaging with a solution, which is a completely different neurological and emotional state. Building this solution mindset is a practice, a mental habit you strengthen over time. It helps to physically externalize the process. When you are stuck, take out a piece of paper. At the top, write the problem very briefly in one sentence. Then, draw a line down the middle of the page. On the left side, you can list all the worries and complications, giving the problem focus its limited space. The crucial work happens on the right side, the solution side. Here, you will brainstorm every single possible idea, action, or resource, no matter how silly or small it seems. The act of writing forces your brain out of its circular track and into linear, constructive thinking. It proves to you visually that there are more items on the solution side than the problem side. Furthermore, if you want to dive deeper into the neuroscience of why your brain creates these loops in the first place, I have a detailed video that breaks it all down. You can find the link for that video, titled, "Why You Overthink Everything," at the top right of your screen right now. It makes an excellent companion to what we are learning here today. Your mind is not your enemy, it is a powerful tool that has simply been misdirected by the problem-focused lie. It is a solution finder that has been tricked into staring at only the puzzle, not the pieces. Remember, the quality of your life is not determined by the problems you face, but by where you consistently place your focus. Do you focus on the immovable wall, or do you focus on finding the ladder, the door, or the way around it? That choice, practiced daily, is what stops the overthinking loop. It is what rebuilds your mental resilience and protects your peace. You have the power to shift the spotlight. Start today, and watch how the doors you thought were locked begin to open one by one. Thank you for watching.